Hi and welcome back to Kanji Master. Today's kanji will revolve around the kanji for old. So if you're feeling old, today's your day because we're going to be seeing a lot of this kanji appear in other kanji. This kanji in particular means to harden, set, or curdle. The onyo reading is ko, like kotai, meaning physical state or physical mass. The kunyomi reading is katameru, to harden or to solidify or to freeze. Katamaru is to harden too. Katamari is probably actually more commonly used as another kanji. Or you may have played the game Katamari, which is like where you're a guy that rolls bigger and bigger things together to make the world, bring the universe back together. Or I guess you can look at it as harden as well. But again, like another kanji, probably more common. And finally, katai, meaning harden. So for that convoluted explanation there. Draw it and close the box. If you can think about, try to remember this one's hard, or harden, you think about your mouth as it gets old. Think about your mouth getting old. Every day you're training by eating rocks. So in your mouth is getting old, but it's getting really hard. Picture that. Picture being really hard. Kotai. Solid mass. On to the next one. The next kanji we're going to look at is the kanji for individual or small objects, like ikko, nikko, sanko, 1, 2, 3 small things. It can also be kojin, which is like individual, which I'll show you to draw shortly. To draw this kanji, a hard person. So if you're trying to think of a way to remember this, potentially this person here, left, loves old hard mouths. You have to think about collecting teeny tiny ones. So you think of small objects. Maybe you walk into someone's room and there's a whole shelf of hard mouths, of old hard mouths on a shelf. And you're like, what are these about? And there's countless, there's so many. And the person just is going ikko, nikko, sanko, yonko, like this on the shelf. It's a bit of a strange one, maybe you can remember that. The person with all the hard old mouths. And then we've got kojin, individual. On to the next one. The next kanji is the kanji for lake. The onyo reading is ko again. That's 3 in a row, as we've discussed previously. When it's a common element in each of the kanji, most likely the reading is the same as well. The kunyo reading is mizumi, meaning lake. This ko could be like kogan, like lake shoreline or something like that. To draw it, so it's water, old, moon. So you can imagine the legend of Moon Lake, where a piece of the moon split off, fell to earth, and boom, moon's music created this crater that filled up with water in the shape of a moon. And then you go and you splash all around in it. Or maybe that's people come from the moon down and they splash around in it. So picture aliens splashing around in the old moon lake. Okay, on to the next one. The next kanji means to wither or die or dry up. The onyo reading is ko, like koshi, meaning dying, and the kunyo reading is ka, like in kareru, to wither, like a plant to wither or die. To draw it's just a tree. The old person, old is a nice symbol, I should say, old, not for person, old. So it's pretty simple to remember. The old tree dies, so withers up. So it's easy to, it's exactly what it is here. I think it's pretty straightforward. To help you remember more, you can picture a kid carving the symbol for old into the side of the tree, and the tree starts to wither and die as it happens where the kid's magic, and the tree falls, squashes the kid, kid's dead. So if we draw that, Tahiti, died in Tahiti, under the ground in Tahiti. Wither. On to the next one. After seeing this kanji appear in so many kanji, that means sort of to die or to wither, or that sort of, or old or harden. This one actually means to live, reside, or there is, like for living objects, which is kind of ironic. The onyo reading is kyo in this case, not ko, although there is some rarer readings where this actually does, rarer words that this does come up as ko, but it's so not worth mentioning because it's super odd and they're often Chinese based. Kunyo reading is iru, as in Charlie ga iru, there's Charlie. or oru, which would be the Kenjogo version, I guess, the humble version of saying somebody's there. To draw it, we have our trusty flag. And we have all underneath. Now, to remember this one, those of you familiar with like the Fallout series, imagine a post-apocalyptic world. Everything's falling apart. You've been in a bunker for a while. The bunker opens. You come outside. In front of you, waving. You think the whole world's dead. You think everyone's dead. But this flag is waving with the symbol of old written on it. And those of you who might have seen Last Man on Earth, alive in Tulsa, the main character, everyone's dead in the world, and he's not the last man alive. He works alive in Tulsa. So hopefully, seeing other survivors might find him. So, in this case, you picked alive, or there is, and then the symbol for old on this flag. As you leave your bunker, and you see there is someone alive. Cool. On to the next one. And the last kanji for today is a kanji for circumstance or reason, or intentionally. The onion reading is again ko, back to ko again. Like jiko, meaning accident, which I'll show you how to draw shortly. The kunya reading is yue, meaning like reason, yue ni, like intentionally. This also appears in naze, as in why, which I actually question is why, because ze is not a reading for this kanji, but I'll show you how to draw it regardless, as it is a very common word. Old chair with a slide on it. You think of the circumstances around it, especially when you're thinking about jiko, as in accident. They're way out of proportion, sorry. Anyway, jiko. If you think of the old chair with the slide on it, this incident was where some old person falls off the old chair and uses their old hip by accident. Jiko, jiko. I picture the old person slipping off the stool, maybe at your house, and you ask them to sit down, and the stool looks old. You sit down and makes a noise, and they slip off the top. And that's some kind of circumstance. Naze, or naze nara, because. And that's it for today. See you guys again tomorrow. Bye.